The main question of this week is, if you live in a world with powerful technologies, what is the best way to go about it? And the main proposal of the readings that we have for this week is find ways to cooperate with AI. What does this mean exactly? This is what we're going to figure out in this article. We take it for granted that there is AI and there are AI assistants. So this is one way to frame AI and the alignment problem. You have machines, you have systems that are meant to assist you as the human with a variety of tasks, and you enlist them. But the way this happens, because they are intelligent and they keep becoming more and more intelligent and powerful, you will have to find a way to cooperate with them in the game theoretic sense, as you would cooperate with someone that you hire to collaborate with or to do a task for you where you pay them. So where you hire an employee or an assistant. And this is one framework of thinking about AI assistants, that we have to treat them as other agents for which game theory terms will apply. The first comment for this paper is this point about the social understanding that we have not really emphasized so far, but it's good to make it a little bit clearer. What does it mean that it's a technology that serves society, that is a tool that generates value rather than takes over or takes value away from society and humans? And so this main claim of the paper is that we have to prioritize the development of cooperative intelligence that has the ability to promote mutually beneficent joint action, even when incentives are not fully aligned. What does it mean, incentives are not fully aligned? You can imagine that as different AI labs produce and release their AI systems, not all of them will have the same incentives to do so, and they won't have the same interests as these products enter the market. And so it is critical here to find a way that will ensure that these products will be in cooperative terms, and we won't have some kind of warfare in metaphorical terms, but potentially even quite literally. And what's important about this is that cooperation will not emerge as a byproduct of research. It's something that we have to work on explicitly. And we have to make it be cooperative as a technology by understanding all these very deeply socially ingrained dynamics of the technology. And so the example you get here for why cooperation matters is that the value we get from self-driving vehicles comes from the interaction, from the coordination, from the smooth coordination with pedestrians, cyclists, drivers, not just by having a self-driving car, but imagine it on an empty street with no humans. Powerful technologies are powerful when they are integrated and serve our interests, rather than having a very powerful technology, but it doesn't do anything for you. And this is the big talents. This is what is at stake here. That we could potentially create aligned AIs that are not helpful with anything. The goal is to create models that are both aligned and cooperative with humans, and at the same time, they're useful. They're good assistants. They help with whatever tasks we will want them to help. So this is what AI cooperation is here. The design of agents that will act in accordance with human intentions and preferences and values is what I've mentioned so far as AI alignment. But what do we mean exactly by AI alignment? We will see later in the course as well. We have a whole section devoted to technical AI safety and AI alignment. Is something about aligning, making sure that human goals can be clearly and as accurately as possible installed into AI systems. But what does this mean exactly? It's a little bit more complicated than that. Does it mean a relationship between one human and one machine? Does it mean an average of all humans that have ever existed? This is a little bit tricky, and this is why we'll see the AI alignment difficulty. This is a difficult problem that researchers are currently putting a lot of effort into solving. But at the same time, it's a very interesting field, and it's going to be what will enable a very good outcome of human and AI interaction, and could potentially lead to a very, very good future. So this is the first paper for this week. And the other two readings for this week give you two very good examples of how AI is used for research. So the first one is this. If you click on this, it will send you to the OpenAI blog post page where you can just briefly skim through that paper. And depending on how much you want to understand from how this technique works, you can read it more or less in detail. But what this article says essentially is that researchers use machine learning models, and in particular large language models, to give them help when they want to evaluate difficult tasks. And so when you scale to more complex tasks, the AI helps you and lets you know what the flaws are in your task. And the second article of this kind is another example of AI generated research, where you'll see that researchers prompt these models, and the models essentially help with generating new hypotheses. And to the extent that this keeps scaling and this keeps being successful, it could lead to humans using AIs for designing new experiments, for constructing new scientific theories, and generally helping them in the scientific process. Of course, there are many questions here regarding the limitations of this, or whether and how we can evaluate the model's abilities and accuracy in doing these tasks, which I think is one of the biggest and most interesting questions in AI right now. How can you leverage AI to help you solve difficult problems? And in this article here, you'll see that one of the reasons why we want AI to help us is because it might be very useful when we try to make progress in AI alignment. And there are questions there about perhaps automating some parts of the process. What would this mean exactly? Could we do it? Would it be reliable? Would we expect good results? Would we be able to have enough supervision and ensure that the models output correct results? These are all difficult questions and very much worth thinking about.